Hi Gemini, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Gemini, we are going to touch in with the energy of the Fae, of the fairies, specifically Brian Froud's fairies. Brian Froud's fairies. We're going to see what they can tell us. What kind of energy of fairies have you been working with lately, now, and into the future? All right, Gemini, you have an interesting reading here. And I feel like your reading, it's like there's something that you know. There's some information that you have. Now, this can play out in a couple where you're supposed to help someone with this information, or you're supposed to, I honestly want to feel like there's someone that you're supposed to help, like a friend. Because it's really, look at this. Look at these underlined. You have the Friends Fairy card, and you also have the Friends in the Dog Oracle. And then you have this Teamwork card, okay, which is sitting in the future here. And then with that, you have the Bright Mother, which is also about like a time to give or to help others before looking after yourself. So, I mean, it's almost like there's some sort of context here about helping a friend or using friends to help you. So the underline, you have the Friends, the Sage, and Honesty. I feel like this underline, it really is touching on everything that's come out. So it's almost like in the past, because the Sage sees the past, the future, the present, and can kind of blend all of that logic together. So right, it is like, it's like you know something, or you have some sort of information, and to be honest with it, like to share it honestly. Now, with this Honest card, it can be about, you know, you being honest with someone else, but 9 times out of 10, it's about being honest with ourselves. But the fact that you have the Friends, so I don't know if you have to be honest with friends. No, we're going to see where this goes. Because it's like you know something. In your past, you have the Singer of Intuition and Confidence. So this is about like an inner knowing. You could almost kind of say it's a bit like Hermit. It's almost like Hermit coming out with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Like you have clarity, your intuition has guided you. And you're like, right, to have the Confidence card with that too. It's like you're really confident that your intuition is telling you something, or it told you something. So it's to utilize what your intuition told you in the past. So I don't know if I'm doing this reading to even like kind of help you with that, to figure something out. So let's see. So what you have with that is the Fool. And that's funny too, because you're getting these repeats in here. You also have 2 cards where somebody is literally like playing an instrument, and playing it in a way that it looks like it's like a call, like bringing something in. Whenever I see the piper, I always think of like the Pied Piper and the story that goes behind that, like using the music to draw the rats out of the town. And in here, the bugle, it's like almost like a marching, like a charge, like, or a wake up, right? Like a wake up. Wouldn't they use the bugle in military senses? Yeah, to wake them all up in the morning. So it's almost like I'm getting like a wake up call, a leading you somewhere energy. And then the 6 of Earth with the Queen of Water. Okay, so this is where, okay, the past, this intuition, you're confident about your intuition. There's an inner knowing here. Maybe this is something that you had at some point and you've lost it. And it's like, okay, start being honest with yourself. Could be like that too, right? Because there's a new beginning. It's quite balanced. There's a lot of balance in whatever some sort of new beginning or beginning that you were called towards in. And it's beautiful because it flows and it feels like you can trust your intuition. It's an incredibly intuitive card, the Queen of Water. honestly, be confident in your intuition in terms of some sort of balance here. Something balanced. The scales being balanced. Equality? I'm going to be clarifying this stuff. So, but that's what I mean, because the sage is here in your underline too, and it kind of talks about being able to see into the future while also like navigating yourself through the present and understanding the past. Like it's the wholeness of all of those periods of time, sort of like utilizing that where you are right now. And it's funny, right? Because we're talking about there's something here that's quite significant in your past about your intuition and being confident about it. Being honest with yourself. Maybe you've guided yourself intuitively in the past, or you got yourself through something through your intuition. Maybe you've, I don't know, maybe you faltered in that or something has changed. But why are the friends here? Why? For a minute, I feel like I just slipped into that. I can't remember her name. She does like jokes on different stereotypes, different archetypes. And I think it's called Every Tarot Reader on TikTok. She did. Tell me, why is this here? Why are they here? What is going on? What's going on, hon? Anyways, we can't laugh at ourselves. Who can we laugh at? So yeah, why? Why are the friends there? I don't know. Okay, okay. Now this is interesting. The Piper in Loneliness. Are you singing a call? Are you singing a call for help? Are you singing a call for connection? Or something calling you? I don't know. You tell me. Tell me, mamas. That's what she says in it. It's so funny. The King of Air, the Six of Water, and the Nine of Water. Now, okay, the Six of Water, I always get like a tummy ache with this, but it's almost like a longing. There's something about that card. It's so like an ache, a longing, or sometimes I do pick up tummy ache. I'm not really getting that. I'm getting more of a longing because it's like, oh, longing. And then the Nine of Cups, like praying. But this little guy is like lonely. Lonely. Maybe there's a friend here that you need to reach out to. And if you felt this before, like if you've been guided to do something before, see, that's what's coming up here. You were guided to do something or discover something. Oh, look. Okay. So this is the underline. It's the World card. And you go into the Fool, like, right? That's the perfect order. You complete the journey of the major arcana. And then you start it again, which is life. So you did that. You did it. Is there a new journey here that you're not hearing the call for in the present? And I kind of want to say, well, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I'm just taking a minute because the King of Water is over here, kind of like in your future energy. So because you have these two kings, I feel like this is you. Like I feel like the King of Air is you. It's like longing for something. It's just, honestly, it's like longing for connection, isn't it? With the Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Longing for connection. Loneliness. And, you know, you think about that too. Like, you can be in a room full of people and still feel lonely. You know, like if you don't connect with them. I can't help but feel like the Piper is calling you. And either it's calling you towards a friend, a collaboration that's going to give you the connection that you seek, or it's calling you towards that where you're going to help fulfill something, because that is very strong in your future. Like giving something of yourself here. Now, I can see how that could tie in with the loneliness card and what's in your future, which I'm going to show you the future in a minute. Because, you know, one of the things that often comes up in readings, and I kind of sort of believe it too, is when, you know, if you think about, let's think about someone who's retired for a minute. Somebody's retired. So think about like my mom, because she's retired, but she keeps herself busy, right? And she's also a widow. So she keeps herself busy, and she does like volunteer work, like at the food bank and a hospital and different things like that. And, but, you know, it keeps her from being overly isolated because A, she doesn't work anymore, so she doesn't get that dynamic. And B, she doesn't have like a partner in the house. So like it does, like, right? And it's not about my mom, but it's just kind of like that energy. But what does she do? She's not doing something that directly fulfills her needs when she goes to do volunteer work and things like that. She's doing something for other people. And in that, it brings abundance into your life. So that's kind of an interesting message that's sort of sitting here with these cards. So, because, you know, I do get that, and it's true, you know, some of the feedback that I get back at times from people when I do a reading like this, and they'll say, I have nothing left to give, Cindy. And that's okay, because sometimes we're at points where we don't have anything left to give, and that is when you need to look after yourself. And I want to say too, because that is associated here with the Bright Mother, is giving of yourself and looking after your own needs later. So you can even look at that as the fulfillment of that cycle, that you have finished looking after others, and now you need to go into a cycle where you're looking after yourself, right? Like you can't just continuously perpetuate actually either one, because if you're always just looking after yourself, you're probably on the verge of being very narcissistic, or overly protective to the point that you're not bringing any opportunities into your life. But this is opening a cycle. So that's also interesting, because you've closed a cycle off, which is, I don't know what that is, because it's just like, we literally started with the Fool. It's like whatever this was that you closed off, it's not even in the reading. It's not here. It's not in the reading, because your past is about the beginning. So even if I try to look into your past, I'm already looking into the energy of the new beginning. I don't know. Is that? It's water under the bridge. Maybe that's what it is, whatever that is. Okay, so here, right? The Bright Mother and teamwork. And then look at these cards. And then you get the King of Water, the Three of Earth, and the Empress. The Empress is exactly like, if I was going to give anything like the tarot to this card, it would be the Empress. So it's like getting two Empress cards in your future. And it's almost like the teamwork that you bring in this is like you really provide for others here in whatever capacity that is. Okay, so here's the Queen of Water, right? And the King of Water, this was in the past, confidence, intuition. It's almost like connecting with that again. But it's funny, right? Because the masculine side of that water, emotional, intuitive element is showing up in what I would describe as a very feminine cycle for you in the future with two Empress cards. But the feminine part was over here in the past. I see bringing in the little fish. It's like too, like, right? It's bringing it, I want to say even like the artwork in this to me almost feels like, it's like somebody that you obviously identify as male or masculine, but exercising a very feminine approach, like, oh, come to me, little fish. Like, it's almost like this, he feels like a safe haven for the little fish. I can't help but feel like, okay, I feel like something misses your energy with this, because this is like the call, miss you. And then here, it's even perhaps even like, oh, hi. There's, the way he's drawing this fish in, but right, like the way they're like looking with binoculars, like you would put in a call and then you would look, So like that even corresponds the way they're appearing here in the order. And it's like this Empress energy. But this, I just feel like too, like with teamwork, I would see, like if you wanted to, for me, I'm imagining a team, you know, a team of people, I'm imagining, because they're little corgis and they're so freaking cute. I don't know what it is about corgis, but they're even, Lily's not here, that's okay. She's the cutest anyways. Like they're short. It's almost like I'm seeing like a little soccer team, a little tiny. I think of like my son when he was when he was really young, and he did like, this is the Timbit soccer, and he was like, he didn't care less about the ball, or that he just walked. He was like Ferdinand the Bull, finding like bees and butterflies and flowers in the grass. But it's kind of like that, right? Like I see, like if it's like a team, like a little soccer team, and you would see like the Emperor, and then you would see the Empress. So I'm not going to talk about the Emperor because he's not even here in the reading, but because there's all this Empress energy of you. I feel like the Empress is like making sure, oh, are your shoes tied up? Oh, did you get enough water? Do you need a drink before you go back out on the field? It's like that, like, right? Oh, are you okay? Did you get an ouch? Come back here, little fish. It's really funny. So it's this very nurturing, it is giving of yourself. It's looking after something in a very Empress way, in some sort of like team environment where teamwork is utilized, and you look after. It's almost like you may not even be, because I want to say the Empress to me is the one that would be standing off on the side and wouldn't even get, if the soccer team wins the finals, it's the Emperor, which is kind of like the coach. Get in there, try harder. Okay, you got to, no, like that's what the Emperor would be to me. But the Emperor and the team is going to stand and get like the picture taken, and then the Empress is probably making, oh, they put their sandwich in the wrong bag, and it's like that, right? Like it's like the Empress is like this energy behind the scenes. It's a supportive. It's, yes, I don't know. But that's just, I'm channeling this. It's like this very supportive giving of yourself, but it's kind of like without recognition. That's the other thing that I think that I get with this too, because it's not the Emperor. The Emperor would get recognition with this. The Empress is on the sidelines, making sure that everybody's water is filled up, making sure that their shoelaces are tied up, making sure that they haven't wandered near the road. Like, it's such an interesting energy. So it's, your future is so strong and clear for me. Your present is a little bit, I need to clarify it. And again with the friends, right? Oh, and look at this. These are the same. Yeah, they're yellow labs. So cute too. They're so chunky. So chunky. Actually, is it this guy? There's another one that's even chunkier. It's really cute. But right, this friends. Do you miss your friends? Do your friends miss you? And who are these friends? Who are they, Mama? Why are the friends here? I don't know. I'm in a sassy mood. I met a funny lady down. Took Lily for a walk. She's really funny. I like her. She lived in this neighborhood for like 25 years or something like that. Anyways, it's just funny. And the friends. I don't know. The friends. So let's clarify. Let's do that. Actually, I feel like I want to use the Everyday Witch. I put my just talking while I shovel. I put my Toronto Blue Jay shirt on today. I haven't worn it for a while, well over a year. I put it on, and I thought I miss when I was like a kid, because when I was a kid, I grew up in Etobicoke. It was kind of like a suburb of Toronto at the time. But we could ride our bikes down like to, and then it was the Sky Dome, and to me it will always be the Sky Dome. But actually, no, it wasn't then. It wasn't even built then. We used to go, I can't remember what it was called, Exhibition Stadium. Yeah, we used to ride our bikes down there and go watch Blue Jay games. Like we watch professional baseball, right? Like with a couple of bucks in your pocket, and buy some hot dogs just with friends. It was like, and then my mom and I were downtown on the weekend. It's like, well, now they call it the Rogers Center, the Sky Dome. So I don't even know if Exhibitions Place is even around anywhere anymore. And it's just like so different. I'm like, I wouldn't allow any kid to ride their bike down here and on their own. Like we couldn't have been more than actually my son's age, 13, 14 years old. I don't know. I just got like this nostalgia when I put it on. I thought, I miss that. I miss like being able to go in and watch like a professional baseball game for like $5. $5. Buy a hot dog for $1 and, you know, ride your bike there. And it's just a very like relaxed atmosphere. I don't know where that came from anyway. So we're just going to keep going. The singer of intuition and the confidence. The Knight of Cups and the Queen of Wands. This is confident, like, well, yeah. This is like knowing where your heart belongs, knowing where to take it, knowing what to do with it, knowing how to express it. So, okay, something you were doing in the past and it was perfect. That's exactly. There's something of you that you need to give to the world, Gemini. But it's not like for glory. Because the Emperor to me gets the glory where the Empress is in the background making sure that everybody's got a snack and their water bottles are filled up. The Fool. You have the King of Pentacles, the Six of Earth. You've got so many kings here in this reading. Which is interesting, like, so it's too, because masculine energy needs a support of feminine energy, and feminine energy needs a support of masculine energy. Otherwise, both of them get, like, way out of whack. The Six of Pentacles, you have the Hermit, the Ten of Wands, and the Three of Swords. Well, now this kind of feels like, okay, the Hermit, I feel like is a lot like the Singer of Intuition, because this is a knowing that comes from within. So there's definitely, it's like knowing how to correct a burden, or knowing how to bring equality to an unequal situation. Okay, and then the Queen of Water. The Nine of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. It's like, okay, there's something really difficult here. And then it's like, you get over it, you get through it with this Queen of Water. You have like two new beginnings, but then you walked away from something. You walked away from a new beginning. Your intuition told you to do something here and you did it, and then you went away from it. That's what this is. And I don't know, maybe you had some shit you had to do. I don't know. Maybe you had some shit you needed to deal with. Because you have the World card here. Like, what is this? Why? What's finished here? The World. The Sun. Well, there's something here that you need to do. Or you've either brought like something as far as you can take it, and you're starting something new, but it's almost like you walked away, or you redirected your energy away from something that you only just got started. So that's what you did in the past. Your intuition was bang on, and then you deviated from it. So the Piper, this is interesting. Because too, if you think about it, like, well, it does talk about it. It's communication without words. It can be music. It's about gentle persuasion, waiting, waiting kind of like with welcoming arms, intention. And then that's with like the King of Water, right? Like it's welcoming. I feel like there's somewhere to go where it's welcoming. But it's funny because wherever, whatever this is, you're not like the star of the show. But you are probably one of the most important facets of the show. Because honestly, how is the team going to work? How are they going to follow the Emperor's directions if their shoes aren't tied up? If they didn't get a drink of water? So interesting. Something's calling you in. Now the loneliness. So let's look at that. The Magician and the Page of Wands. Well, it's funny because the Piper feels like a page. Like it's messaging, but it's also indirect messaging. It's manifesting. Manifesting communication. Are you communicating something and you don't even know it? I feel like that. Like it could be. Let's see. The King of Air, the King of Swords. The High Priestess and the Three of Cups. The Six of Water. See, the Three of Cups has that friendship energy too. The Six of Water and the Ten of Cups. And the World. And the Nine of Water. Just give me a second and I'll tell you what I'm feeling. The Nine of Water. The Devil, the Tower, and the Eight of Pentacles. Whoa. It's like there's something toxic that's been dismantled here. Or you've dismantled something toxic. Did you free yourself of something? I don't know. Looks like it. The way I would kind of describe the present, because you're also something strange has happened here. With the Six of Water and the Ten of Water, and then the World card. So something from your past, some sort of connection from your past, though, that seems really nice. Well, I mean, it could be something toxic, but what I want to say is it's almost like throwing the baby out with the dirty bathwater. You know, it's such a strange statement, right? But if you think about it, like if you're bathing a baby and now the bathwater is dirty, you don't just take the whole thing and dump it out. Take the baby out first and then get rid of the bathwater. So it's almost like if you're getting rid of one thing, it's like you might have also gotten rid of something else. Like the bathwater to me symbolizes the devil, like something dirty, something where you're not going to keep that. But then the baby would be like, well, I don't know, the Six of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Three of Cups. It could even be something like, let's say you were in a work environment that was really unhealthy. You do have the Eight of Pentacles here. And so I could even, like, years and years and years and years ago, I worked somewhere that was quite unhealthy, but I made some fabulous friendships in that place. And I'm still friends with them. Actually, one of them is a Gemini. And to say, like, I didn't throw those friendships away because I walked away from that workspace. So see what I mean? Like, that's kind of like how this feels. There's something like that here. Throwing the baby out with the bathwater, or like not continuing to invest. And it could, this is a funny thing because you have friends are all over this. So it's exactly what that feels like. That it's like that energy. It doesn't have to be that scenario specifically, but it's kind of like that. Or let's say you move out of a neighborhood. So I've out of like many neighborhoods in the last few years. But there's a couple, like I still keep in text contact with some, right? Like because I moved away from that. But this is almost like, no, done, all of it. But it's like the universe, the fairies are coming in to say, no, there's something here. Somebody misses you or you miss them. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both. So, okay, this is the Bright Mother, teamwork. Oh, Lord. The Five of, oh, I don't know what you think. The Five of Wands and the Seven of Cups. This is confused and conflicted. I feel like is the energy that like you would go to, that you're meant to go to. There's something in your future that is confused and conflicted, Gemini. And it's almost like your nurturance somehow helps that. It's not direct again, right? And even too, it could be like, I still meet with those friends periodically. We get together for dinners and stuff, and they vent about where they work because they're still there. And I'm just sort of the support network. There's something like that here. The King of Water. Confused and conflicted. The Three of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Look, like, oh yeah, come and help, come and nurture, come and tie the shoelace, come and, yeah. Your energy is really desired somewhere in the future, Gemini. The Three of Earth. And that's right, like you already have the Three of Earth with the King of Water. Temperance, the Four of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, waiting. Something's waiting. I don't know what you do, what you can do. But maybe it's not even like what you do, but it's how you do it. It's almost like this is not a period of time to wait. This is a period of time to move forward quickly. The Empress. Oh, there's the King of Swords again. Oh! That's crazy. Got the King of Swords and the Emperor. There's the coach. That is so funny. The King of Swords. All right. He's wearing a mask right now. The King of Swords is wearing a mask. This is a friend that you don't know about. That's how that feels to me with the High Priestess and the Three of Cups. This is a friend that you don't know about, but this person is like your energies are perfect yin and yang match. Well, let's look at these friends. All your friends, Gemini. Look at these friends. Gemini. Most of the Geminis I know. I have a lot of friends. Very social. The Page of Cups. This could be little friends. Friends that are younger than you. Less experienced. Creative. We have more friends. For here, the friends. The Friends and the Fairy deck. It's the Eight of Swords and the Lovers. Like you're part of this friends. You're part of this friend group. But there's a friend you don't know about with the Eight of Swords. And this King of Air with a mask on and the High Priestess, Three of Cups. Like that is a friend that you don't know about, that you don't recognize, or you don't see them as that. The Sage. It's kind of really like seeing all things clearly. Whoa, the Two of Swords. Use your intuition. Your intuition was right before. Use it again. Honesty. So be honesty. Honest with yourself. Judgment. So I said, wow, the Two of Cups, the Hierophant, the Seven of Swords. The Six of Wands, the King of Wands. I can say, okay, I feel like all this king energy represents this Emperor at the end, because now we have all the kings here. We have the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the King of Air, and the King of Cups. Okay, so this looks like there's something going on behind the scenes. Really, honestly, something going on behind the scenes, almost like executing some sort of successful plan here in a King of Wands energy. So it is a unique way of performing some sort of leadership duty. But it brings a sense of wholeness, holistic energy, commitment, and the Two of Cups. That's how I would describe this Emperor and the Empress, right? And then the Fool was the King of Pentacles in the past. But there's all these burdens with the Six of Pentacles and the Hermit. Could have been because there's a theme here with this bright mother. And I feel like because this Empress energy is sitting there so strongly, giving of ourselves, there's times when we give to ourselves and times when we give to others. And that is a very cyclical message in your reading. You are moving into a time here to give of yourself. And it's an important energy that you share, that you give. And I do feel so I don't know who this Emperor is to you, but it honestly feels like someone who has very many different personas. I want to say even connections. Because you need to use your intuition. What your intuition is going to tell you the truth. And it's some sort of new beginning that you have here. And that, Gemini, I think I've clarified everything now. That's a really interesting reading. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to use the Energy Oracle deck. And I'm just going to leave it open to the universe and let the universe talk to you about whatever the universe wants to talk to you about in the extended. Thank you so much, Gem Gems. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.